So we're in an order block here. Low would be, there would be the fallout area. Next target would be here. Oops. There. And that is that. Check for news today. No news. We had housing numbers earlier. Those were actual greater than forecast. That should be it for today. Just waiting around right now. Trigger, it's going to be, looks like at least 7 minutes until a trade for at least the 5-minute chart inside on the 15. Looking to go 3-2 down. Morning, Deontay, Darren, and Trenton on YouTube. Morning. ES is pretty a lot further up than NQ is. Let me take a look at Delta. NQ Delta is following suit. ES triggering long on the 1 and the 5. Have a little bit of SMT divergence currently. NQ making a lower low. ES is not. Oil kind of falling off the face of the planet right now. Is there oil news? No, it's usually 10:30. Yeah, crude oil's tomorrow at 10:30. So this is just TA. I'd be interested to see ES kind of fall here. ES struggling at 5,200. Trent says, "Good morning. I see your post on TikTok. Interesting. Haven't posted on there in a while. I didn't think there was an audience over there. Maybe I should." Morning, Austin Trader. Danny, 2-2 on the 5, possible 2-2 on the long on the. Oh, never mind. Yeah. I think they're. Yeah, that 2-2 was. Yeah, I'd be looking short right now. I'm really only looking for shorts right now. I mean, even if we do go long, we got to ask ourselves how far it's going to go. I think that it stops here at this volume shelf, right at 18150s. Even, and I think it's going to take a long time to get up there. So I'm really only looking for shorts right now. And the day is super red, incredibly red, right? Look at this daily candle. Like, we're not green on the day until for another 120 points. So while there might be money to be made long, I think the only way I could go long is one of these two breaks, or the 152 breaks. and then I can start looking for longs. But again, this is just today and tomorrow are just days that I'm perfectly okay with just not taking a trade if there's nothing ideal. And right now, ES is kind of crawling higher. ECS said, Jesse, why don't you trade power hour? Because I don't trade between the morning session and power hour, and I'm not going to sit around and wait for power hour. I make my money in the morning. Yeah, I hit either my daily loss goal or limit, not a goal, obviously. My daily loss limit, which happened I think 5 times last year, maybe 7 times. So I either hit that or I hit my daily profit goal, which is 2R. And even if I don't, again, I really don't want to. I stopped trading at 11 because that's when my window of opportunity kind of closes, or my window of profitability or higher end profitability closes. So I stopped trading after that, after 11, and got stuff I want to do. I still hang around and chat in chats and answer DMs and whatnot. Just don't trade. Got a 222s, but 15 still inside, isn't it? No, it's 2 up. Here's the golden zone from the push down. Pretty big fair value gap here on the 15, and then there's another one right above it. It's about 50 orders sitting at 120 here. Not super clean on this price action yet. Hourly still inside. This is just a waiting game. No sense in rushing to lose money here. I think even if you took this 222 up, you'd be first of all buying into the golden zone and into a fair value gap. But if you did do that, you just grinded for about 12 minutes for 20 points, which is good profit at least. But I think that there will be more and better setups here shortly. Doing a little checkster on the swings here. Apple would be on my list of watching over 174.38. Anything long over that. Technically it hit PT1 yesterday. But next PT would be right there, 183.92. That's weird that put up. All right, nothing's going on there. So what I'll do is I'll set an alert for high a day here, just in case I'm not watching. Got Amazon and UNH. Amazon, not really interested. Maybe a 2-1-2-2 to the upside. So here's the short trigger. 15 is still 2-1-2 up, but below it's no longer in force. Probably waiting for this 15 to close. Invest said futures move like crap during power hour. Sometimes. Power hour, if I do trade it, which I do periodic, like bi-weekly. I run a stream Tuesdays every other week. And I mostly want to trade options because they have the most volatility. I don't think futures are that volatile in power hour usually. Sometimes if it's a trend day, it'll be a profit taking power hour and could be good, but yeah, so it doesn't always move super cleanly. Looks like we're getting a failed 2 on the 5. New 15 coming in. Still no trades for me. So ES higher low, and very much a higher low on price action, or sorry, delta. So certainly leaning short here. I'm not looking at anything till 2-2 reversal on 15. Is that valid? It can be, yeah. I am looking short right now, but it would be an early entry. And it has to be below this 2 bar, so it's pretty much just 10 points better than waiting. Yeah, we'll see. For all I know, this 5-minute could end inside and then give us a 2-1-2 down. But we're struggling at 18,100. ES is not moving up. ES higher low on delta. So I'm certainly interested short. This would be a scenario where you get a starter position with 20 point stop, then add into the 2-2. Yeah, I mean, I always do that, Danny, but this would be a good situation to test it out for most people. 3 bar here. All right, looking short here. I'm in at 91, 20 points. Three two on the 1, 2-2 on the 5. So if this doesn't start to move, I can get out of it. But we were rejecting 100 so much there that just kind of expected this thing to keep going. All right, finger on the close if this goes back up. Got the 2-2 on the 15. Need this 1 minute to break. Taking some at 9 there. There's 10 points. Hard stop loss break even. All right, starting to get a move here. There's 20 points. Invest BCS SPX. Yeah, I used to do that. That's impossible to alert though, because I'd enter in a position, be up 20%, and still be typing the alert. It just moves crazy. So it's hard to do that, but sometimes I do. I do my best at least. Definitely something I would need to be on live for, but Invest said think AM session going to be trash maybe, but nothing really until the Super Bowl tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's morning session I'd be interested to see how it goes, but you know, up 1 hour right now and maybe a little more compared to what I'm willing to lose. And that's a win for a day of protecting capital for me. So for all the stratters, anything under 18,083.75 is valid short for change this. Anything under that level is valid shorts. Ideally, I want the 5-minute to also be in force, but remember, this is the low at 18,053 is going to be the hourly trigger for an outside hour, or the 3-2. Invest said surprise NVIDIA is weak today after the news of AI chip. Yeah, well, NVIDIA's whole move up here, if I move this up, like this whole move up was a lot to do with that, I think. But maybe I'm just completely uneducated. I just think that it wasn't fundamentals that pushed it up. All right, I'm going to bring stops up to that 1 minute to 1 minute high. So essentially, if this goes 222 up, I'll be out. All right, stopped out there. Might get ourselves a long trigger here now. Do you play SMT? I play some of the concepts, yeah. When you're saying you're up 1R, are you referring to you being up 20 points? Yeah, yes, but 1R for me is actually somewhere around like 10 to 15 points, somewhere right around there, because I don't really lose the full 20 points very frequently. Now sometimes I do, but my average is I think around 12 points. So if I'm up 12 points in the trade, I would really be up about 1R. But correct, down 1R would be about the same. Technically for the trade it is 2020, but on the back end it works out to be a little bit high, a little bit more like 12-12, but I size for a 20-point stop. But I'm really willing to only risk about 10 to 15 if it's going against me. It's all a case-by-case basis. I try to let the trade work out. Like here, I didn't put it up. When did I get in? 16? 17? Yeah, 17. And it was at 91. So I actually took like 4 or 5 points of heat on this. But it was still 2 down at the time, so I was, I always say every candle is going to have an upper and a lower wick. So this, I think, probably had an upper wick. I'd have to watch the VOD again, but I thought it had an upper wick already, but if it didn't, it just created it on this push up. So that is how that works. Could get a valid long here, the 3-2. I'm not taking it, but worth watching. 15-minute is still a 2 down. It would have been failed on that 2 up, but you don't really ever want to buy into the 100 level or 50 levels. You kind of want to be right in between them. For your strategy, your first trim's at around 10 points. Yeah, typically. And again, just because my average loser's right around there too. And I find that if a trade goes to 10 points, then stop loss break even, I'm not going to get the 20 points after, so I want to take 10 points when I get it. That's a big outside bar. One minute left here. About to get an outside bar here. Looking short, certainly. And that 3-2 wouldn't have worked out. It was invalid because of the 15-minute wasn't an actionable signal, but right now I'm looking for a short to feed into this 2 down on the 5. Gonna get in here, 70.25, 20 points. In partials right now. Short, yeah, short. I think I'm going to add under 67.25. Gonna bring stops up to 85.75. Pretty much if that 1 minute candle goes 2 up, I'll be out. Two 1 2 down on the 1 there. Not really enjoying this price action, but I also don't want to get out then have it go my way. All right, stopped out there. Didn't get that breakout. Might be back-to-back faileds. Could play long here, looking for the outside bar. I'm going to do it. 98.50 long. Looks like a liquidity sweep there. This is a pretty high risk trade. I'm in very much in partials right now. I might just take it off. Taking off close to break even. I'm going to wait for this 2 bar to go up on the 5. All right, there's the trigger. I'm in at 103. It might be coming for this fair value gap. That's what worries me. That would be, ICT traders would probably want a little cleaner breakout here than what we have, but finger on the close. Want to see this break. Go to up. This is struggling. But I know as soon as I close, it's going to go, but might need to stick to my intuition if it doesn't. Bringing stops up to the low of that 1 minute candle. So if this 1 minute goes 2 down, I'll be out. Oh, there's 10 points after I just said that. Getting real close to that 20-point trim. Garrett said, when you say two up or two down, do you take trades when the 5 minute pretty much engulfs the previous two? That's not what two up or two down means. Two up or two down is part of the hashtag the strat. I have a couple of videos on it. I think the most recent is basics of reading a candlestick chart, and I go into an intro of the strat. But yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with engulfing. Taking some at 15 points here. Just in case it rejects this fair value gap again. Plus, I don't think I'm going to be hitting a 10R trade today, so I have some in the bank to spare. I'll throw a risky 1R here up at 20. There's 20 points. All right, break even on the extra. Taking it at 9. Gonna trail this 1 minute, so my stops on the trims is at 21.75. New 15 minute and 40 seconds here. Looking for a straight 2 up. Smacking a fair value gap on the 5 currently. There is a fair value gap starting at 40, but I think it probably got a lot of liquidity out of this 34. 934 candle. We'll see. Got the 3-2. I have a limit at 43. Stops up to 28 now. All right, stopped out. Okie doke. 2 for 3. Plus a 1R. So 3 for 4. Obviously, only looking for longs, actionable on the 5 and 15. And we have a change character. So bullish market structure on the 1 and the 5, actually. Only thing skeptical is this 5-minute fair value gap holding us down right now. And then we do have the 15-minute fair value gap not too far away. Dang, I missed that 2 and 2 up. But I'm not in this, to be clear. I'm not in this. Just want to see how it would have worked out. I am not in this long. There's 10 points on that. Again, not in the trade, just watching it. So what if I gotten 10 points, then stop loss? Break even. Not bad. Might be stalling out here at this fair value gap. It's getting close to the end of the London close anyway. Three bar on the 5 now. There's no short for the next 6 minutes and 30 seconds unless you want to short while it's a failed 2-up. Just watching. Sitting on green, don't want to lose that by any means. Bina said, what does change a character mean? Change a character is when we go from making, in this case, we went from making a lower low, lower high, kind of a lower low, and then we switched and then made a higher high. When we do break that, that's when the change of character is. So when we do a lower low, lower high, once we break that lower high, it becomes a higher high. At that point exactly is when the change of character is. ECS, is ES too slow for you? I've watched at least 10 of your live streams. I don't recall you trading ES. I do trade SPY, but yeah, ES is, I wouldn't say it's too slow. It's just NQ gives a better opportunity. So like when we were looking long on NQ, or when NQ was looking long, the ES was already way up here, right? So ES was, let's just do it like this. ES was in the golden zone and NQ was like at the 80% level, 70% level comparatively. Or let's do it this way. This makes more sense. So ES was, yeah, still in the golden zone. And then same thing, NQ was way down at 0.236, so way further down. So it just gives a better, more movement, better opportunity, etc. Got the 2-2 on the 5, or sorry, the 15. It would be worth looking at this as a chop box. If you're not doing too well at the range trading, which I typically don't. I mean, obviously I did pretty decent today, but this first 15 to 30 minute candle, draw that chop box. If we're in it, don't trade it. It's kind of the whole premise there. Turn down the opacity here. It's really what I would do. I'm done trading. I'm sitting on green across my accounts, and Happy with that. 2 for 2 on days where price hasn't delivered. I mean, yesterday wasn't awful, right? We went down. Just wasn't the most clean, but there were opportunities certainly. But days like today and yesterday and tomorrow are all days where I'm looking to just hopefully squeeze out some green, and if not, keep my red very, very light, and just wait for. I mean, Thursday and Fridays compared to these 2 days are going to they're just going to move way better. So I want to be sure that number one, I'm around for that. So if you're risking tons of cash right now, you might not be around on Thursday or Friday. So number one is capital preservation. Number two is knowing when to stop. And right now I'm up and happy with, obviously happy with being up. So I'm going to end it there. So that's it for today. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow morning. Unsure about the afternoon. I might not, just because I don't like to trade news, and nothing happens for like an hour after he starts talking. So it's really going to be a power hour day anyway. So yeah, I will see you all here tomorrow. I hope you guys had a great day. If you're going to keep trading, use stop losses. Don't blow your account one trade. That's silly. Inner circle, I am going to look at trading logs right now. So I will, I'll send you a message if I look at yours. Alrighty guys, I will see you all here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. One sec. Peso. Are failed twos only valid after it closes or as soon as they form? Technically after they close. Like you can take it while it's failed, but the actionable signal is not that it's a failed two. The actual signal is that the next trigger or the next candle triggers. So like a failed two up here, I could have taken it short while it's failed. Very risky to do that, but could have. But I'm really only looking for this 15 minute to go two down. That's the trigger. So anywho, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.